You know that feeling when you open your bank app and instead of closing it in panic, you actually smile? When you stop calculating whether you can afford a coffee or worrying that buying groceries means eating instant noodles for the rest of the week, there's a moment when your relationship with money completely changes. And no, it's not when you hit $1 million. It's not even when you start earning six figures. There's a much smaller milestone that quietly transforms everything. And that number is $20,000. And I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why some people build wealth effortlessly while others stay stuck for decades. If you want to understand how wealth actually works, not just hope things magically improve, make sure to subscribe and hit like if this video helps you see money differently. Now let me ask you something. When you think about wealth, what do you imagine? Maybe a trust fund kid who never struggled? Or someone grinding endlessly, saving tiny amounts for years? But the truth is, wealth doesn't grow in a straight line. There are financial thresholds, invisible barriers, where once you cross them, the rules change completely. And $20,000 is the first major one. Think of it like pushing a heavy boulder uphill. At first, every inch is exhausting. You're sweating, barely moving, wondering if it's even worth it. But once you reach the top, the boulder starts rolling on its own. $20,000 is that turning point. Before it, everything feels like a struggle. After it, momentum starts working in your favor. And here's the surprising part. The biggest change isn't mathematical. It happens in your brain. When you have no savings, your mind lives in survival mode. Every decision is about fear. You take bad jobs because you can't afford to wait. You stay in situations you hate because leaving feels risky. You say yes to things you don't want because you need the money. Your brain isn't thinking about growth, it's thinking about survival. Psychologists even show that scarcity reduces your ability to plan long-term. But when you build savings, especially around 3 to 6 months of expenses, something incredible happens. You breathe. You stop asking, how do I survive until payday? And start asking, how do I grow my money? Research shows that even a small emergency fund massively improves financial well-being. But when you reach around $20,000, you create real freedom. Now the math starts getting exciting. Let's say you save $1,000 a month and earn around 8% annually. Your first $20,000 might take about a year and a half. Hard work, discipline, sacrifice. But your second $20,000 takes less time. Why? Because now your money is working with you. Compound interest kicks in. By the time you're building your third $20,000, it gets even faster. And eventually, your investments can generate $20,000 in just a few months. The same amount that once felt impossible starts happening automatically. Not because you're smarter, not because you found secret investments, just because of scale. A 10% return on $2,000 is $200. Nice, but not life-changing. A 10% return on $20,000 is $2,000. Now that matters. And when your money starts earning for you, progress feels real. But here's the part most people don't talk about. Saving $20,000 isn't just about money. It rewires who you are. To reach it, you had to track spending, delay gratification, say no to temptations, stay consistent, and in the process, you became someone who controls money instead of being controlled by it. That habit is more powerful than any investment strategy. You prove to yourself that you can build wealth, and that identity sticks. There's another big shift too. You stop seeing only problems and start seeing opportunities. When you're broke, unexpected expenses are disasters. Car repairs feel like the end of the world. Rent increases cause panic. A broken laptop becomes a crisis. But with savings, they're inconveniences. And suddenly, opportunities appear. A friend starts a business, an investment deal pops up, a career conference could boost your future. Before, you couldn't even consider them. Now, you can. This is what people mean when they say money creates more money. It's not luck, it's options.
and options create opportunity. Another strange thing happens around this milestone. You stop obsessing over small purchases. Instead of stressing about coffee or brand-name groceries, you focus on big decisions: where you live, what you drive, how much you save, how you invest, because those choices move your net worth by tens of thousands of dollars, not $3 at a time. This frees your mind to think strategically instead of emotionally. And it gets even better. Your career changes. When you live paycheck to paycheck, you're trapped. You can't negotiate, you can't risk leaving, you can't say no. But when you have $20,000 saved, you have what I call walkaway money. You don't need to quit, but you can, and that power changes everything. You ask for raises confidently, you push back on unfair treatment, you explore better opportunities, and funny enough, you often get better results without ever using the money. Confidence attracts success, which builds more wealth, a positive cycle. But here's where most people mess up. They hit $20,000 and blow it. New car, luxury vacation, big upgrade? Don't do that. That money isn't a reward. It's the foundation of your financial future. One of the biggest wealth killers is expensive cars. Most people spend hundreds of thousands over their lifetime just on transportation, while saying they can't afford to invest. Worse, cars lose value the moment you buy them. Compare that to investing. One destroys wealth, the other builds it. When you have savings, your mindset shifts. Instead of asking, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" you ask, "What is this costing my future?" That $30,000 car could become $200,000 over time in investments. Suddenly, a reliable used car feels like a smart move, not a sacrifice. And the irony, the flashy car owner is often stressed. The person driving the old Honda is quietly building wealth. This way of thinking spreads to everything: housing, vacations, hobbies, lifestyle. Not in a miserable way, in an intentional way. You start spending on what truly matters to you and cutting what doesn't. And once you understand compound interest, it becomes easier to choose long-term freedom over short-term pleasure. Here's the truth: $20,000 won't make you rich overnight, but it will change how you think. It's the difference between surviving and thriving, between reacting to life and designing it. Start building that foundation today, because your future self is counting on the choices you make right now. And trust me, they'll thank you.